See, Aurobindo not only talked about the golden past, but of a golden future. That humanity is evolving, that greater rishis will come in the future. And he said that we are moving towards that supramental age. India pursued the spirit but neglected matter. The West pursued matter but neglected the spirit. What is required, he said, is an integration of matter and spirit. He believes, Aurobindo wrote that the Mayavada of Shankaracharya did a lot of harm to this country. We became a life denying society. And he wanted a divine life in a divine body. That spirituality is not an escape from life, but leading a divine life here itself. He took us back to Krishna's Vedanta and the guest preached in the Gita at Kurukshetra that it was a history. Aurobindo's spirituality was a life affirming spirituality, not a life denying spirituality. And he says in Foundations of Indian Culture, India of the ages is not dead, nor has she spoken her last creative word. She lives and has still something to do for herself and the human peoples. And that which we must seek now is to awake and is not the anglicized oriental people, docile people of the West, and doomed to repeat the cycle of Occident's success and failure, but still the ancient, immemorable Shakti, recovering her deepest self, lifting her head higher towards the supreme source of life and strength, and turning to discover the complete meaning and to a vaster form of a dharma. Of course, Sri Aurobindo says again and again that spirituality is the keynote to Indian thought. Unless we understand that this is essentially a spiritual society, we can never understand India. That India has told us this body, mind is limited. We are that eternal soul. And Amritavsya Putra, the Upanishad says, so we are the eternal. And unless the West has always concentrated on this body, mind. And mind, we have created a mental civilization. Sri Aurobindo says we have to go beyond the mind. We have to go beyond man to higher levels of creation. And so Sri Aurobindo, educated in the West, he's a scholar in Greek, Latin, Italian, German. He returned to India and studied Sanskrit and Indian languages. He became a prominent politician and a hero. Subhash Bose says that he would not have entered politics without Sri Aurobindo. So many have said this because he was the first to talk about Purna Swaraj. And we talk about post-colonialism, but nobody mentions Sri Aurobindo. He was the first post-colonial critic. He gave the counter discourse to the Western criticism of India way back in 1914 in Arya. And he refuted this Aryan Dravidian theory in Secret of the Veda. He says there has never been an Aryan Dravidian theory. This is one race. Indian race is one. There's no, he goes further and says the Indo-Afghan race is one. There has been never, he says this Dravidian theory is a concoction of the British Christian missionaries who have nefarious intentions in dividing this country. But people don't mention Sri Aurobindo. He sowed the seeds way back, more than 100 years back, he sowed the seeds of harmony. He wanted to lift humanity to higher levels of consciousness. Lord Krishna descended into Sri Aurobindo in 1926. And from 1926 to 1950, he did not get out of a room. He was doing tapas, trying to bring the supramental consciousness down. And because the supermind, the Vedas say, is hidden by a golden lid. Once the supermind descends, there is peace, there is harmony. Mother brought it down in 1956. It is there, the supramental. But it is caught in inconscience. Humanity has to change. We have to cooperate. The Sri Aurobindo and Mother have repeatedly told us the golden era has come. We have to understand it, and future will be golden.